Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Rex Rogosh, and let's queer up politics. Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace melts down over DEI, attacks Constituent. In a fiery, hostile exchange during a telephone town hall, Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace of South Carolina lashed out at a constituent who dared question the rollback of DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility initiatives. Lindsey, a caller from Summerville, asked Mace, quote, "As far as respecting women, how do you feel about DEIA being taken away? Because, I mean, you got to go to the Citadel with your DEIA, and now generations of girls aren't going to be able to have the same opportunities," end quote. That struck a nerve. Mace, the first woman to graduate from the formerly all-male Citadel Military College, exploded in response.
Lindsey, Summerville, you're live right now. Please go ahead with your question. Lindsey, are you there? You might have us on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please go ahead, Lindsey.
Hi there. I was just wondering, you were talking about protecting women. How are we supposed to figure out if someone is a male to female transgender person in the restrooms? Like, what is the protocol? Because I'm seeing a lot of women that are biologically women, but they just tend to have more masculine features, and they are being harassed in restrooms, and I feel like that's kind of counterproductive. I also was going to ask about, as far as protecting women, how do you feel about DEIA being taken away? Because, I mean, you got to go to the Citadel with your DEIA, and now generations of girls aren't going to be able to have the same opportunities. So I just was wondering.
Make it very clear. Let me make it very clear, Lindsey from Summerville. I earned the right to wear the ring at the Citadel. No one gave it to me. I didn't get it for free. I got no exceptions. I fought like hell for my ring from the Citadel. You have no idea what I went through to graduate from the Citadel. It is not a DEI graduate ring. I have a real ring because I earned it. The blood, sweat, and tears I went through to follow in my father's footsteps. You will never know the pain that a woman goes through to go through and succeed at a place like the Citadel. You wouldn't last an hour. So don't give me that about DEI. Don't give me that about, you sound like someone who wants men and women's spaces. And I got to tell you, I will never allow it. Not over my dead body. So if that's what you want, Lindsey from Summerville, I will not help you. I'm not going to support that. I think that is disgusting. And I think your position that a woman who works hard, who earns the ring, earns a degree at the Citadel, that she's somehow some kind of a DEI graduate, have you lost your mind? Do you know how many women have gone through there and graduated since I helped pave the way for women in the last 25 years? It is a huge honor. We should be supporting women who go through a place like the Citadel that is the toughest military college in the country. You will never know that toughness because you're part of the far left. You're probably one of those people, one of those fake town hallers who want a fake town hall because you've never shown up to one. So you can just sit right back down. I'm not going to have any of it.
This isn't new behavior for Mace. She's repeatedly vilified transgender people, shouted slurs in Congress, and even targeted trans Representative Sarah McBride. Ironically, even far-right influencers like Matt Walsh have pointed out that Mace herself benefited from the very diversity and inclusion policies she now denounces. He wrote, quote, "Nancy Mace was literally a beneficiary of a DEI program," end quote. Speaker Mike Johnson has also encouraged Republicans to avoid town halls altogether. But for LGBTQ Americans, the message from Mace and her allies is loud and clear. Dissent isn't welcome, and trans lives don't matter. This is the state of GOP leadership in 2025. I mean, could she do the sidestep shuffle anymore? We are not questioning your ability to go through the program at Citadel. We're not questioning the fact that you graduated blood, sweat, and tears. We are simply saying that you're trying to take away the very thing that allowed you to get into an all-male school, which I've said on here before about all-male, all-female schools, this, that, and the other. So here's my point. You are now taking away the very thing that got you what you were able to do. Make it make sense, please.
Yeah, and that's the exact point, is diversity and inclusion is not about giving you the success. It's about giving you the opportunity to succeed. She was given that opportunity because of these programs. She did it. Congratulations to her. But stop being such a cunt.
I mean, DEI is literally what used to be termed affirmative action.
Correct.
That is the whole, and people have been running, I mean, the conservatives have been running against that for ages and ages. They understand that it's about opportunity, but they don't want to frame it that way because they want to present it to their voters, their base, that it is somehow depriving opportunity from white and males. I mean,
I think it's important to remember that, like, while we might not question how she got in, the far right is questioning her and saying, you know, she helped lead the way for ending male-only spaces, which I just kind of find delightful. I like to eat my popcorn. I think we need to get a website, DEI hire Nancy Mace, because we're going to call her, I think we should just call her DEI hire, because she gets completely unqualified to be in Congress. There is no reason that she's in there other than as a DEI hire. Let's just go with it. Let's have fun.
Then we need the whole DEI hire White House edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a new sitcom.
Yep. And it's just, I mean, and also, I mean, when you said that dissent isn't welcome, I mean, this is real. ICE is literally now deporting foreign students. Marco Rubio submitted a brief today about a pro-Palestinian foreign student, green card, married, etc., about deporting him. And his idea is that the brief literally says that his ideas are illegal because he supports Palestine. You cannot send. They are literally trying to criminalize discourse.
Unfortunately, there's a very disturbing bipartisan history of deciding that criticism of that particular nation should be outlawed. It's a whole other discussion but like looking at someone like Nancy Mace on this like censorship and also like as someone who's worked in a few campaigns, I'm not an expert, but attacking your own constituents doesn't gain you any votes.
Also,
it doesn't.
Also, just an idea here. For Mike Johnson basically said, "Oh, you should avoid town halls." That's absurd. In other words, how are you going to answer to your constituents? I mean, there should be a law that says that senators and representatives should always have town halls every time they go home.
It's sidestep and avoidance. And avoidance. I mean, it's literally you're asked a question and you go, "Oh, look over there." It was her answer. I mean, she completely missed the answer and said, "How dare you attack me?"
And went on attack herself, right?
Exactly.
That's the whole playbook is as soon as you hear something you don't like, you attack the person. You go after whatever you can to make them, shut up and sit down, which is what she said in the end. I'm not going to respond to you, sit down.
Exactly. And, when you look at these sorts of elected officials, the reason why Johnson's telling people not to do the town halls, it actually is good politics because they know their own constituents do not like them anymore. I don't see them, I don't see how they keep the House, quite frankly.
Well, we'll find out in
hopefully.
2 years.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.